All right. Hey, guys. All right. Oops. I turned the sound off. Unsealed on the porch, a letter sat. Then you said, I wanna leave it again. Once I saw him on the beach, on the beach of weathered sand. And on the sand, I wanna leave it again. On the weekend, I wanna wish it all away, yeah. Then I called and I said, and I want what I said, and I called out again. And the reason ought to leave her calm, I know. Said, I don't know whether I'm the box or the bag. Oh yeah, yeah. Can you see them out on the porch? Ah, but they don't wait. Yeah, I see them around the front way, yeah. And I know, I don't wanna stay. Anyway, it's just me noodling. I don't even. Um, I got to learn that solo. That's not a hard solo. You know, there's a couple solos that if you're learning to play the guitar and you want to learn how to solo that you can play that are iconic. One, it pains me to say it. Thank you, VBT. Is Hotel California. It's never gets really fast. The hardest it ever gets is and yes, that's the first solo I ever like, big iconic solo that I tabbed out, literally writing down the tablature for. Anyway, no surprise I played that song as it came up last night during Beer and Songs, I think, right? And I said, and because whenever I would tune, I'd hit that low E. Of course, you immediately want to go into. You know, so I was tuning a lot last night because, of course, the guitar got retuned. So every time I would do that. So that was the song that was in my head this morning. I don't want to keep playing it. Well, I do want to keep playing it, but I want to chat with you guys. And I'm torn because these coffee videos have become such an integral part of my mental health. And integral. I like when people say integral. I don't know if I think it's the English way of saying it, but I like that. You know, I'm going to go a little Eddie Izzard on you here and tell you how I think we say aluminum. I mean, we always like the way English people say certain things are different from us, you know. But I like integral more than integral. I don't know why. Aluminium is okay. You know, Eddie Izzard says that we do it better because we made it too fancy. We being English people. Schedule, is that what VBT is saying? Yeah, schedule. No, schedule. I'm okay with schedule because schedule seems like aluminium. Seems like a little schedule. Let me put you on the schedule. Also, I've always had a hard time spelling schedule. In fact, speaking of mental health, I have a little mental health callback thing. I asked for some time off from a job I had as a kid. I was thinking I was 17 at the time, or 18, and ice cream shop I worked at. And I got scheduled anyway. And I left a note, and I thought I did it correctly, but obviously I didn't do it correctly. This is pre-internet days. And I left a note for the boss because I was upset, the manager. And I said, I asked for it off, and yet I still see myself scheduled. And I don't know if I had that tone in my note. He left a note for me, and he was right to do so because I was a bit of a jerk. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know, such an ass at the time. But he corrected my spelling. And by the way, it's spelled SCH or whatever the hell. I don't know what the hell I spelled it. Never was a good speller. I also can't spell necessary ever. So whenever that word comes up, and by the way, it blows my mind. It depends on, of course, what app you're in these days. And yes, that's a new thing that I have to get used to. It used to be that when you were talking about writing, you just either meant typing or writing, with your hand. And now when we're talking about writing, we're talking about with a computer on some sort of app. I hate the word app, but anyway. Some apps know that you're trying to write necessary. Here, let me. I'm opening up a new tab for the browser. I'm using Opera, it's a browser, and don't even tell me how to spell it. I'm not going to look at the screen right now. I think it's. Is that it? Oh no, I spelled it wrong. N-E. Okay, so it's Cessary, and there's a couple other ones. Okay, we won't get into that. Anyway, it is Thursday before another travel day and a home improvement day. If you weren't at my show last night, I'm installing a toilet today. I get angsty whenever I do little things around the house. But then I get into them and I really kind of enjoy them. So I'm sure that when this video is over is when I'm going to start. I have to run down to the store and get paper towels, though. A lot of paper towels because it's going to be messy cleaning up that wax ring. There's a wax ring between a toilet and the floor, and that's what kind of seals and keeps all the stinkiness from coming out. And most toilets that you've ever been on have a wax ring down there. There's a modern way of doing it with this little rubber gaskety thing, and that's what I bought, even though the toilet box says wax ring included. So I'll decide at the last second if I'm going to use the rubber ring. I'm going to try to use the rubber ring, but you have to peel off and scrape off the old wax ring, which has, technically nothing should be touching it. The wax ring should not have any human biome on it, but it probably will. Toilet repair, and by the way, I looked it up last night in all the videos, and I was put way at ease, by the way, way at ease, because almost every video I saw, the people doing the video, and there's one lady that I like, and I mentioned her last night, I think, on the show, and I was going to look her up to tell you guys about her. Let me go. We'll go to a clean YouTube page, and I'll find her name because she's kind of cool. Replacing a toilet. There we go. And she'll show up as one of the videos because I just watched her. Is that her? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I can't play it obviously because I'll get sued and the sounds. C. Jane Drill, Leah from Leah. And why is it called C. Jane Drill? Oh, I know what it is. C. Jane Drill and C. Jane Work and C. Jane Saw. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, guys. It's a YouTube channel, that focuses on women doing home repair. And all the hosts that do the videos are all ladies, and that's awesome. And this lady named Leah, she's awesome. And she did a video on it, and whatever. It's cool. It's nice to see somebody in the first part of the video, they say, hey, this is not going to be hard, relax. It turns out that a toilet literally is held to your house with 2 bolts. Undo that water line. Well, turn it off first, by the way. There's a little valve. Turn it off. Okay, water line disconnected. And then bolt. And I checked my bolts out, and they look pretty good because I've seen other situations when I was looking at these videos yesterday where they get corroded because they get wet when the toilet overflows or it's in the shower or it's in the bathroom, so of course there's a lot of water in the bathroom. But my bolts look pretty good, even though I did buy replacement bolts. What I don't want to have to do is replace what's called the flange. The flange is what's bolted onto your floor, which holds the toilet. There's a pipe comes up, flange around that, toilet attaches to the flange. That simple. If you have to replace the flange, and this lady talked about it, that's still not very hard. That's also held on with like 2 bolts or screws. It's screwed into your floor. Long story short, this shouldn't be a problem. I already took my anxiety meds though. Okay, so enough talk about that. I alluded to in the description of the video, mental health when it comes to travel, because I'm starting to feel it. We're coming to the end of my travel season by airplane, and I kind of alluded, also, it's twice using the word alluded. I hinted last night about next week's Beer and Songs. I said it's going to come from my brother's backyard in Maryland. So here's what's happening. I'm leaving town, and then I'm going, should I say all this? I don't know. Maybe I should stop talking right now. Yeah. Do I need people to know that I'm not home? Yeah. Oh, I did already say it. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be gone for a while from the girls. The longest time I've been away from my family, I'm trying to think, since I think my daughter was born. Yeah. No. Another time I was doing a gig in Florida and I stayed over the week and hung out with my buddy Spencer. And so that was a long time away. This one, I'm going to Bristol. Oh, I'm looking at the doves. They're kissing. They're not kissing. The mother is feeding the baby, but her mouth is like down the baby. And anyway, I got the video playing of the other lady. Hey, fiber optic internet, man. I'm coming to you over fiber optic again. I watching that toilet video coming back at me. I'm in the far corner of the backyard. The speed isn't quite as fast as it would be in the house, but still way better than it was. Okay. So, what does that say? Okay. So then on Monday, when I normally be flying back here to California, I'm getting on a plane and flying to my home state of Maryland. My Maryland, my state. Maryland, my Maryland. Let's all eat some crabs. We need a better song. And I'm going to stay with my mom. Of the 4 nights I'm there, I think I'm going to stay 3 nights with her and 1 night at my brother's place. My brother's place, interestingly enough, he lives in an area called essentially Pasadena. There's a Pasadena, Maryland. There you go. Which, knowing on how the states were established, probably outdates. Overdates? Probably is older than Pasadena, California, as an established city by the name of Pasadena. Because, of course, Maryland is a much older state. Now, granted, you could argue that the Spanish people were living here back when Maryland was a colony, but they weren't right away. Maryland was a colony long before Spain got in over here to California. I don't know the history, but I know that and yes, this is our digression of the day, our first one. The Spaniards came here to California, and I think in the very late 1600s, very early 1700s, right around there, I think. You can look that up. Oh man, I'm not sure about that now. But anyway, whatever. Pasadena, California, a city not too far from where I live in Los Angeles, cannot, I don't think, be older than Pasadena, Maryland. You know what? No, I'm not going to look it up. It's not that important. So anyway, so I'm going there. We're going to do the show. In fact, when I'm done today with the toilet, I got to remind. In fact, I might do it before the toilet, so I don't forget. I got to make sure I set up my next 2 weeks' shows here in California, so that the timestamp is correct. Because I don't feel like doing the math. Because I don't know. Facebook doesn't let you say your show starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time. If you choose 5 p.m., it's going to assume it's whatever time zone you're currently making that post from. At least I haven't found a way of fixing that. Oh, we're talking about me. Yeah, I'm talking about it right now. You don't need to talk to each other. I'm telling you about it. VBT, you don't not your job to fill in the blanks for people that arrive late to coffee. I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, anyway, so talked to my brother yesterday. I know she missed it. I know VBT. Oh, she missed the beer, right? She missed that. Okay. I'm just kidding. It's okay. So anyway, and I think my anxiety is kind of magnified. Now, here's a decision I made. Hey, Marnie, here's a decision that I made. I bought the toilet yesterday. I went out and did the toilet purchasing and then came back. I could have installed it yesterday, but of course I had the show that night. And the lady that I just told you about, Leah over at CJ Drill, who I love, she's become my new. I went through my Bob Ross phase, as a lot of you know maybe because I talked about it during early COVID. I would just, when I needed to meditate, when I needed to relax, just cue up the Bob Ross, watch a video. You know, you all know. People that know are nodding their head right now. If you don't know, go check out some Bob Ross videos. This Leah lady, I think, is going to become my new Bob Ross. Not as soothing because, of course, she's using tools and doing stuff. You can read. Oh, what have I done? I don't know. Happy little clouds. She's awesome. So go check her out. Leah over at CJ Drill. Okay. What was I saying? Okay, so I could have installed the toilet yesterday, but Leah said that allow 3 hours, even though the job only really has like 5 steps, and the hardest part is just lifting the old toilet off the 2 bolts and then dropping the new toilet on with a little rubber ring under it, and then boom, bolts, nuts, ratchet, whatever I'm going to use to ratchet that down with, to bolt it on with. Doesn't seem like it's going to take 3 hours, but I think she errs on the side of caution, and my brain went, okay, what if something happens? What if I take the old toilet up and there's something going on the subfloor and I got other issues I got to deal with? And that's the anxiety I get with home repair. I don't know if you guys do this too. The thing you're doing, well, first of all, there's this first step with home repair is that you don't do it until you own a home. Like if you're renting, you're probably not doing a lot of stuff because you don't own that property, the house or the apartment. You call the manager and they send somebody over and they fix the toilet or whatever they do, right? And until we bought the house, that was my life. Now I would fix RV stuff occasionally. I never really touched cars. I don't mess with cars too much because the cars need to be safe, right? So you don't screw with those. It wasn't until I first moved here where I said, you know what, I obviously have to start repairing stuff around the house. We own this joint. What needs to be done? And first of all, I recommend doing it. I recommend doing something around your house. If you own your house. If you're renting, obviously don't tear down a wall because your landlord will be very pissed. But if you own, do a minor repair. Hang a new door, change the hinges on something, install a new doorknob. Easy stuff like that. And then you get a little excited. And that's what I know it's going to happen when I start this project. As long as every step goes smoothly, you really do feel good about yourself, and it's almost like therapy. And that's why I can really appreciate, and I have talked about this a lot on these videos, that as an entertainer, proud of what I do a good job, it's a noble profession, but there are times when I see somebody with a skill, plumber, carpenter, cabinet maker, HVAC professional, whatever. Yeah, VBT, feels good. Doing something with their hands, and I go, man, that's got to be so gratifying. You came in, you saw the problem, yeah, I diagnosed it. Okay, let me go get the parts. There you go, sir. That'll be blah, blah, blah. And I pay the guy, and I go, man. Now, of course, that person might look at what I do and go, and then suddenly he's the character from Money for Nothing, right? Money for nothing, get your chicks for free. Chicks are not free, by the way. They're so expensive. Anyway, so initially a home project for me has that, oh boy, here we go. Nobody wants to do it. It's today's job is heavy lifting. Toilets are heavy. They're made of porcelain. They're heavy. Maria's going to help if she can, but she's got a issue with her hands, so she probably can't help too much. So it's going to be this guy lifting a toilet out of the house. Now the toilet we're replacing is a 2-parter, which means you can take the tank off there. You made each part a little. They're not fused together. It's a little easier to move around. The new one going in is all one piece. So that one's going to be heavy, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so the idea of doing a home repair, it does get you going a little bit. At least it gets me going. And I go, okay, as long as it's an easy one. And from what I've seen on the video research, this is going to be easy as long as every part is in good shape. Right below that video that I was just looking at when I was telling you about Leah, I'll mention her name again because she's awesome, over at CJ and Drill. Right below it was how a toilet flange with all kinds of problems. In other words, they took off the toilet, found the flange, the part I told you about, which, knock on wood, I will not be changing today because hopefully the one underneath is in good condition. But if it is in shitty condition, I got to go out and buy one. I almost bought one yesterday when I was at the store getting the toilet, and I went, no. We're going to go in positive. We're going to think that the flange that's there is in great shape. It will not need to be replaced. If everything goes smoothly, it'll be easy. But then there's the anxiety. Now, you all know that I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I have my issues. And I took my anxiety pill about an hour ago, right when I was making coffee. Of course, then I'm drinking caffeine. Lucy's walking around, though. You might see her ears go by. I'll even lower the camera a bit. Well, how do I do this? There we go. I'll do this. There we go. Am I still centered in the frame? Yeah. So you might see Lucy walk by. So that's my anxiety. I don't know what yours is. Okay, so I go, yeah, I can do this job. I've done the research, and let's be honest, a lot of people say, I've done my internet research and it's about something crazy geopolitical. This is just installing a toilet. So I think I did good research, okay? I usually find when I assume something is fine, karma. Yeah. Well, Marnie, don't jinx me. Don't jinx me. Because, yes, I am a guy who in the past would just throw money at a problem. I got a thing. Could I do it myself? Yeah, but this guy's here. He's a pro. Here's $500. And that's what every video that I watched said, by the way. They all said toilet replacement is a very big business for plumbers. And they all said the same thing. They said it's weird because it's such an easy thing, as long as you can lift the toilet. If you're an old person or infirm or your hands aren't in good shape, it's pretty easy. Fear not. Just be thankful we're using the rubber gasket. So, yeah, I do have one of those rubber ones. Wait, who just said that? Scott. Yeah. So I'm going to use the rubber gasket even though the toilet came with the wax one. Yeah. So you have experience with the wax one. Is that what you're saying, Scott Perkins? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because it looks like when they first invented the toilet and they wanted to seal that area, somebody said, oh, a piece of wax. Of course, this is back in the late 1800s. So what I have to do, Scott, and you're saying yes to that, and all the videos said that the worst part is removing the old wax thing. They said all the other parts of the job, not hard, not super messy, but when you lift up your old toilet, if it was using a wax one, and I'm pretty sure this toilet probably has a wax ring in it, doesn't seem that old of a toilet. It was probably put in during the previous owner's administration. And they say that that's kind of gross. And Scott says, yeah, because it's all gross. So I have my scraper. I have my rubber gloves. I don't have paper towels. I have to run after this is over down to the market down the street. I'll just go to the Korean market. This guy, the Korean market, I call it that because he's Korean. Okay, and he's a Korean guy that owns a market. So I call him, it's called, what's it? Phone on while I do these, so I get calls. I know you guys don't see that at your end, but it bothers me looking at it. I gotta get paper towels. Oh, so anyway, they said have a lot of bags ready to get rid of all that waxy stuff. Once it's nice and clean, the flange, give it a look. If all the bolts are in place, the screws are still looking pretty good, the wood underneath is fine, you're good to go. Get your new toilet out, plop it on. But both videos showed them cleaning the area the toilet was. Just you might as well get it clean as long as it's down there, and then get it on. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The anxiety comes in because, like a few of you already alluded to, I'm waiting for the thing to go wrong. I was raised doing that. Okay, here's where the therapy of these coffee videos comes in. As a kid, I never thought I was going to get what I wanted. Even though if you look back at my childhood, I got what I wanted all the time. I got all kinds of stuff. I was a spoiled kid. Not as spoiled. My parents were divorced early. I was only, I think, 4 when they got divorced. Um, yeah, VBT. That's a good phrase right there. Um, so when I knew something was potentially could happen, something as simple as, "Hey, can we go out to McDonald's and get dinner?" And I say that to my mom, and she would say the classic "We'll see." Now, I've already told you guys that I used to even tease my mom when we were as adults. I would say, "You always said we'll see. Why would you do that?" We'll see. She wouldn't say yes or no, just kind of that weird middle ground thing that makes a kid go, eh. But then, of course, the anxiety kicks in. We're probably not going to. But now, as a parent, I realize my mother was a genius. We'll see is the best non committal phrase you can say to a kid when they ask you to do a thing that you, as a parent, probably don't want to do. If you want to do it, you'll go, I hope so. Yeah, let's do that. But if it's something like going to McDonald's for dinner and I don't really want to go get chicken nuggets, the kid still wants that every now and then. She's a teenager, but she's trying to eat healthy. But every now and then she wants her chicky nuggy. So, yeah, we've all seen those videos of how they're made. Don't even start. Anyway. So what was I saying? We'll see. How did I get off on that? Oh man, there's a tangent. I don't even know how I got here. That's becoming a problem, guys. I'm forgetting stuff left and right. Anybody where was I? I was talking about hoping for the best, expecting the worst. Oh yeah. I've always expect. That's it. See ya, VBT. Expecting the worst. Okay, so I went through life always expecting things to go horribly awry at some point. Now, granted, I am the child of divorced parents. My brother, of course, was 7 or 8 when my parents got divorced. I think it's okay to say this. You know, he did a little therapy, which, of course, I'm pro therapy, so that's great. Because maybe he was more affected by the divorce. Because I never really, I have no memories of living in a single family household with a mother and father. No memory of that whatsoever. It was too early in my life. And so maybe when I realized that, and by the way, I'm not crying here. It's fine. It was the 70s, man. It was the heyday of divorce, and we all know the stats, right? What is it? 2 out of every 5 marriages ends in something like that. It's high. Marriage is hard. Marriage is not supposed to be easy. That's the first thing that you learn. Grown-up version of chicken nuggets, boneless chicken wings. Exactly. There you go. Or chicken, whatever, tenders, right? Right, Sarah? In fact, you just inspired me. When I'm done with the toilet today, we have a wing stop in our neighborhood, which isn't the greatest wings, but they're not bad. I'll go get some wings. You know what? I'll probably pick the kid up from school, and then I'll stop at Wingstop because she likes the wings. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I assume things are going to go wrong. So I assume if I put my fingers on anything, any repair job, that I'm going to encounter a problem that's going to be bad. Because I think I had a few of those problems back when I was first fixing stuff. I think I was fixing like a water heater in my RV once back in the day and just encountered another problem and then another problem. And I just got so frustrated. It just got so frustrating. And I think I came out of that, I busted out of that a little bit by being a homeowner. Now, I'm sitting in my backyard, which of course you always see through the camera. You can't see all of what I've done. There's a wall over here, which leads down to the street that had this ugly green metal gate in it. I tore that out and put in a wooden one. I built that. I did that. It's woodwork. No big deal. There's a railing over here that we put in so we can get down these little staircase. Of course, Maria's building. I didn't build it. We had a contractor for that, but I certainly helped. I did a railing out front. I've hung doors. I've put up a shelving unit. I made these fancy, well, not fancy, kind of rustic looking shelves over in the laundry area. In other words, I've done stuff. And then a bunch of years back, I replaced the brakes on one of the cars that we have. The brake pads. Same way, I looked on the YouTube video, and it turns out it's not that hard. It's pretty easy. And I kind of looked over the shoulder of a dude who I hired to... There's this guy, I looked up brake pad repair, and he was mobile. You contacted him, you told him the car, make, model, year. He goes, okay, I'll be right there. and he's there within the hour, and he does it right there in your driveway. Well, in my case, on the street, which is kind of dangerous because our street is a little dangerous. But I think we turned the car around so he never had to be on the car side of things, the traffic side of things. And I told him, I was very honest. I said, I'm going to look over your shoulder because I really want to learn how to do this. And he's like, that's fine, whatever. I felt bad doing that because it's like, it means I'm not going to hire this guy again. And I didn't. And then the next time I replaced brakes, pads, just the pads, it's not that hard of a job. And so that's inspired me. And I've installed sinks before, and I've taken off the tank of a toilet, the tank, not the whole thing off the ground, just the tank, fixed the little rubber gasket that was there that was damaged and put a new one in, then put the tank back on because it was leaking, solve the problem. I've done stuff like this. But there's that believing in ourselves, right? That we have to get over to really do that. People that love to fix stuff, that love to turn a wrench, they love to swing a hammer. I guess I'm not that. That's not true. When I am building all the stuff I have to build at the Southern California Renaissance Fair, and you guys know about that, those hell weeks I have to go through, I am in hell during it. It's exhausting, and I come home beat, and I take a shower, and it's, but huge sense of satisfaction. Huge. Oh, and to this day, it still feels good to get out the driver and just to, push in a big old, one of those giant green mounting screws that you use when you attach a 4x4 to another 4x4, just, and there's something cool about it. There's something knowing that when I got here, this looked like that. But when I left, it looked like this. That was a weird ass sentence, but I think you guys know what I mean. When you get to where you're going, and you actually leave a mark on the world where you actually make things a little better. My anxiety about home and car repairs is all about 1 hour project. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Lauren just summed it up way better than I did. It's, good luck with the toilet, Brian. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye, Lena. I just don't want it to snowball, to get just continuously worse. And I don't think it will. Again, this project coming up, and we're going to get off talking about toilets here in a second. I didn't think I was going to talk half the time about toilets, but it only has one part that I'm a little wary of, and that is that plate at the floor. And we'll find out when I pull off the old toilet if the plate's in sound condition after I scrape off all that horrible wax. And if it looks good, don't be surprised if you see a post here on Patreon of me going, I'm not going to do that. That'd be gross. But you'll definitely know in the next videos. Anyway, so how's my mental health was the next question. It's good. I'm a little anxious about this being away, long trip. Sleeping in hotels, and then my mom's place, my brother's place. Toilet humor, Brian. I know, Scott. It'll be fine. I kind of have the same feeling that I have every year when I go from sedentary, cave-dwelling Brian to travel guy Brian, of which I've alluded to you guys. Alluded. There's that word again. Of which that's 3 times I said alluded during this video. Of which I've told you guys about. I become so sedentary, so entrenched in my little world here that I love so much, and I don't want to leave it, but the job is out there, man. The job is out there. I would love if the job were right here, but I think I still like live performing, so I'm never going to give it up. The easiest way to test the durability of the improved mental health is to spend some time with family. Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. Exactly, Lauren. And I'm doing better. I'm doing quite a bit better. Ow. I got a pain in my left leg, though. I'm getting old guy pains, guys. Pains that are unexplainable. They just show up. And then sometimes they stick around. Sometimes they go away. Procedures and things being removed from me and biopsied. I'm a moly guy. Anyway, so I think because of this weird long trip, I'm going to feel a little anxious until the ball gets rolling on it, which will be tomorrow morning when I, get on the bus to the airport. Once I get through security and drop off my bags, it should be fine. Now the trick is I'm taking a lot of extra gear with me because I'm going to do my show from my brother's house next Wednesday evening. Now, granted, I could do the show right here on the iPhone, like I'm talking to you right now, with the little Shure MS MD88. I forget what number this microphone is, and I probably sound fine, and the acoustics of the guitar sound fine, and I could just do the show like this, and it'd be an old school show. When I first started doing beer and songs, this is how I did it, and to be honest with you, that may be what I end up doing. But I have the rest of the day while I'm doing toilet replacement to decide. I've already set everything aside I will need to bring with me to use my good camera and my good microphone. Okay, that's it. Good camera, good microphone. How important are they? I'm probably going to go back. I rarely rewatch these videos, as you guys know, but I'm probably going to go back and watch this one at some point today and make the final decision. Is it worth it? Or should I just do it like this from my brother's house? iPhone over here, laptop here. I can interact with the chat over here. Less to bring. Exactly, VBT, but I'm trying to see if I can bring it. If I can bring... Not everything. I'm not bringing the ring light, and I'm not bringing the teleprompter, just the good camera, the good microphone, and the cords and cables that make those work. Now, the good microphone, of course, is the bigger, fat one that you've seen in the camera shot every now and then, and we'll see. So maybe that's where the anxiety is. Maybe I should just, yeah, you're right, just go this route and just bring this little tripod that I'm currently talking to you on, and there you go. Done. Show's coming through an iPhone. And the iPhone cameras, as you guys know by now, they look pretty damn good. They had their entertaining cachet related to the improvised tech setup. That's true. Well, the very early shows, Lauren, were done on the laptop camera, not the iPhone camera. It took me a while to realize, well, I couldn't. Wait. Yeah, I had to use the laptop camera. Then I switched to the iPhone camera. Of course, this is an iPhone 13, which has a much better camera, and I look pretty good. I'm looking at my playback, and I think I look almost as good as if this were the Canon. I don't know. But that's not in my personality, Lauren, and all you guys. Once I've improved something, and this is very much me, once I have upgraded a thing, I never want to go back. It's so frustrating. Like when we got the new truck. Okay, we bought the new truck. It's now, 4 years ago, but it's still the newest car that we have. Of course, we only had two cars. I had a car. Maria had a car. We inherited, a car when, we had a parent pass away. So don't think that we're money bag people buying all these cars. One of them was just bequeathed to us. And one of the cars is pretty old now. So we got the new truck, and interestingly, in our family, our pickup truck, our diesel 2500 for towing our trailer and stuff, pickup truck is the most glamorous vehicle we own. Inside, it's got the screen and the seat warmer and the seat air conditioner and the Apple Play for the phone and all the technology cool stuff that modern cars almost all have. So whenever we go out somewhere, the three of us, we have the other two cars, and the diesel is not fuel efficient, but often, it's about 70% of the time, we take it. We drive that one because that's where our brains are at. We're like, the truck, even though it's 4 years old now, is still new to us. It still feels like the newest car because it is. And so there's this weird part of my brain that whenever I go to pick up my kid at school, I could take the little Honda, which burns way less gas, which I don't mind. It zips around kind of nice. It's a fun change of pace. But inevitably, I get into the truck, just because it's my truck. It's newer. I feel good in it, But that's not good, right? Because it's not efficient. Now we're paying for the fuel, but I don't know. It is a diesel, and of course, diesels have a way of, as you guys, if you don't know, they get a lot of power out of a gallon of fuel. So I'm not sure if it's the least fuel efficient vehicle. Maybe it probably is. It's a big giant pickup truck. Of course it is. What am I saying? What are you saying, Brian? I don't know. I'm saying that I don't like to go back once I've upgraded something. So yes, Lauren, when the show started, it was on the laptop camera. Then it moved to the iPhone. It stayed on the iPhone for a while until I upgraded to the Canon, and then it was on the Canon, and it still is. Then I got the teleprompter added, which of course I'm not going to travel with that. That's unnecessary. That was just a little added little. Ooh, I can look right down the lens and still talk to people, kind of vibe. Um, and so there's that psyche in me that goes, oh no. Bring the new tech, bring the new camera, bring the new microphone. But I think, yeah, I'm glad we sat down like this, guys. I think you just convinced me. I was in portrait mode? How dare you? I don't think I was ever in portrait mode. You can look that up, but I don't think that's true. VVT, you're the historian of my shows. I have to believe you, but I don't believe you. I don't believe I was in portrait mode. I even mocked portrait mode. What I did initially, of course, is I would play songs and just record them and then put them up on, and then when I first hit the live button, actually when I first hit the live button, hang on. I guess the live button wasn't, oh, that's right, the live button wasn't on the phone at first. It was only on the browser version of Facebook, because they didn't want people doing videos just as they're walking around willy-nilly, I guess. I think that's why. I think Facebook couldn't handle the traffic, and they figured, okay, let's ease this in. We'll give certain people the live button. I got it right away, but only when they're near their laptop or a computer. So they'll do it at home. People have their phones with them all the time, and Facebook knew that if the live button was on every device you had, people were going to go crazy going live constantly. So yeah, the first couple shows were straight on the laptop camera, and I've seen those, and I look a little grainy. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Yes? Why is Sarah yelling? Portrait mode. She says yes. Well, you got to send me the link, VVT. I don't think you can do it through YouTube. I think maybe you can put, what's wrong with, there's nothing wrong with portrait mode. Oh, that's what she's saying. Okay, Slippers, here's my point, Sarah. Calm down. Calm down, Sarah. Oh, you did. No, it didn't show up. It doesn't show up at my end, VBT. But I'll look it up. I'll look it up later. I believe you. I believe you. There's nothing wrong with portrait mode, Sarah. Okay. But when well, it's the only mode you get with Instagram. But of course, Facebook Live lets you do this mode, and YouTube Live. We're on YouTube here. Kevin hates portrait mode. Just ask him, Sarah. Kevin. God damn it. Yes, Kevin. Okay, look. Lauren, everybody. I can't believe we're talking about this 4 years in with this. I don't hate portrait mode. But I think when you can film yourself, that's fine, Sarah. We were all children of television and movies. This is what a television screen looks like. A modern one. Of course, back in the day, it was cut right here, right? But now this is what a TV screen looks like. And this has always been, in our generation, what a movie screen looks like. So why, when you have access to be able to project yourself into the world with the new modern technologies of YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, why not look just like the screens that everybody's familiar with? Exactly, Lauren. Lauren just did it very, very easily, and I'll let him take all the hits because I know you mean no harm. But yeah, if you're gonna put a video up, shoot it like this, guys. First of all, there's more information in this shot. If this was a portrait mode shot, it would end just beyond my shoulders. You might see more of the guitar, but you wouldn't see this nice background. And that's kind of part of putting together a nice video. Now, first of all, if you want to get high and mighty with me about it, remember, who is the K-list celebrity who has done quite a bit for live streaming? It's me. It's me. It's me. Actually, Veronica, you'd probably see Lucy in portrait mode because the camera would be down. You'd be seeing most of the guitar, and since she's short, I just said her name. She's moving. Oh, no, she's moving to another spot. She's out here with me, but she's trying to go from cool spot to cool spot. Hey, back to cool spot to cool spot. I talked about the toilet, which is sitting outside, and it has been for about 20 hours now. There's a wax ring in that box, and it was in the blazing sun yesterday, and I'm a little nervous that when I open the box, the wax ring will have melted. Are you calm now, Sarah? Okay. Landscape is better because it looks more like the television and the movie screens that we're all used to. It also brings more information into the shot. Another person could walk in here next to me and I can move over for them and look, we're still both in the shot. We don't have to do this like you would in portrait mode. A third person could show up and we're still all in the shot. Person one, person two, person three. Can't do that with portrait mode. Are you going to plant jasmine in the old toilet? I mean, it really makes sense. That's a fun idea, Lauren. We're not the kind of people that take an old toilet and make it into art, but if I could talk Maria into it, I think pretty sure she'd say no. I wouldn't mind keeping it. Maybe put it in and turn it into an ice cooler for parties. Set it right here next to me. Clean it off, obviously. Fill it full of ice. Put beers in it. Oh! Well, obviously today, the old toilet's just going to be brought out here in the backyard and probably hosed off so it doesn't stink. And then just set here probably until I get back in 13 days. Because garbage day was yesterday and we could put it out front. But I'm sure that's going to be very unclassy, a toilet out front of the house, and Maria's not going to want that. What I was hoping to do was to get it like into the trash bin and then have Maria enjoy smashing it and Tallulah. Because, of course, we have a sledgehammer. Of course, whatever. We have a sledgehammer because it's us. And, of course, toilets are porcelain. They're fun to break. You can just break it with you break it with a regular handheld hammer. So maybe put some gloves, some goggles on and say, all right, Tallulah, get out your frustration and just smash, smash, smash. But I want to put it in the bin first so that I don't have to pick up all the parts. I guess I can put it on a tarp. Maybe I'll take the toilet, put it on a tarp, give my kid a hammer and say, T, have you ever wanted to smash up a toilet? She would hopefully say yes. Or she'd probably say, no, Dad, you're crazy. What's wrong with you, you weirdo? But the idea, Lauren, I don't know, man. Cocktails and crafts. Making a toilet into a planter or a cooler. First, you have to have access to an old toilet, though. Don't go buy a new toilet just to do that. Do they recycle them? It's made of porcelain. Does that break down into something? I have heard that porcelain shards broken down make very good potted plant like rocks at the bottom of water drainage. So if you've got like an old sink or something or a toilet, you smash it up into chunks about that big and then you throw it in the bottom of a big planter. I don't know why that's better than regular rocks, but apparently it is. Yeah, the jasmine the toilet idea is kind of fun. But guys, our backyard, and I'm looking around right now, it's not very big. You know, we have a very small house. I was talking to my brother yesterday about coming to his house and seeing him and stuff. And of course, he's telling me about how his son, my nephew, has already bought his second house. Now, granted, Anne Arundel County, Maryland, not a poor county by any stretch, but still, compared to Los Angeles County, California, that should be all I have to say. Much easier to get a house. Anyway, and he's talking about how big the backyard is, and it's a 3-bedroom with this loft space, and it's got a great basement and all that. My brother's house is twice as big as mine, easily, maybe 3 times. And it's not even that big of a house, so that lets you know. We live in a very small house. And for a giant man, it's kind of weird. If you plant, last words on this, says Lauren. We'll see if that's true. If you plant jasmine in the toilet, I thought you had a typo there, and so it took me a second. All right, Lauren, you get the fun hat. Punny. VBT jumping on the pun train. you have to. Whenever I tune now, I'm going to have to play at least one measure of Yellow Ledbetter. That's now the law. No, that can't be. That'll take forever. Okay, we got to wrap up this part of what's going on. Oh, I see a little bit of lag in my video, but that's okay. We're going to head over to start doing some juggling. So let me bring up the juggling post over here. Home. Click. By the way, Patreon just changed how it works, so I'm not going to go into the weeds with you guys, but it's a little different. Okay, Does It Juggle? You guys had the option. And by the way, I put a little note there. These things in my life would look better flying. Item suggested by Maria. Every item in this week's juggle came out of Maria's pretty little mouth. Can I stick my finger in it? Ugh. Still the weirdest moment in Cape Fear. A roll of toilet paper was one. A sheet of aluminum foil. My keys. A green apple. A whole bag of Brune pins. 200 of them, by the way. One strawberry. One strawberry. The winners in ascending order. There's a tie for third. Tie for second, actually. And so we just got them both. We're going to do one strawberry, a roll of toilet paper, and a sheet of aluminum foil, whatever that means. So guys, get ready for it. I'm going to grab them. I had the strawberries. I could have been eating the strawberries the whole time. Let me have one. Now this is not trash, right? Because I'm going to feed the ants, right? That failed miserably. I was trying to get it up to where Lucy pees. It hit the bougainvillea and dropped down and kind of bounced off the smoker and landed in this rose bush just off camera. Okay, so I guess I'll take this whole box of strawberries over there in case something goes wrong. Here we go, guys. It's time for traveling over to the juggling spot. Sing along if you know the lyrics to the theme. It's traveling over to another part of the small backyard. This is probably the view you're familiar with when you watch me do shows. And here we are. It's a short song. Oh, I still have one of these laying around. These little party poppers. Okay, guys. Does it juggle? The questions: how many roads must a man walk down? What's the meaning of life? Who farted? These are all very deep philosophical questions that we all struggle with. But no one out there struggles more with the question, does it juggle? Than yours truly. 6 items were offered. They were voted on. 3 won. We already saw item number 1, but I'll show it to you again. I got a whole box of them, but strawberry. If I keep eating them, we'll have to find another item. But there's like 20 in there, so I better not eat that. So strawberry. I'm already assuming a strawberry is going to be pretty simple. That was not planned. It's now covered with Lucy hair. Clean it off, because you know damn well that probably at the end of this juggle, if I succeed, I'm probably going to take a big bite out of this, and I don't want to forget that it landed on the ground. Okay, that was weird. I thought a strawberry would be very easy, and it is. It's kind of light. It's not the lightest item. What am I saying? Jeez. Number 2, I think we've had this before, a roll of toilet paper. Kind of corny, kind of scatological, kind of old school, a bit of a corny joke. Let's all juggle toilet paper because toilet paper and toilet paper is funny. And it's the dropping your pants on stage of juggling challenges. I'm not proud of it, but Maria suggested it, so here we are. As you can see, it's a toilet paper roll that has already been started, so it has the potential to unravel as it goes. Get used to that. See what's going on there. Okay. Oop, already unraveling. Okay. Only that many throws and it's already raveled. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. That's going to... Any object that grows as you juggle is a problem. Now, the third thing, the number 1 vote getter, because of the way she phrased it, and I tried to change it. I tried to say, do you mean the entire aluminum foil, box of aluminum foil, or take the whole roll out and maybe, do like that? She said, no, just a sheet. And her exact words were, "It'll be so light, you just won't be able to do it." And I said to her, "Honey, that's not in the spirit of Does It Juggle. I don't choose items that I know are absolutely 100% impossible to juggle. I choose ones that are difficult to juggle, potentially sloppy and silly to juggle, but ones where you can potentially see success." And she said, "No, one sheet of toilet paper." By the way, I'm punching in those things that I didn't know about. I saw it on one of those YouTube videos. You know, foil rolls have these little things that you push in, and what that does, that little sheet of the piece, the card, there we go. The cardboard I just pushed in goes inside the roll, so when you, there you go. So then when you pull on the thing, it'll kind of twirl around that and stay inside the box. But of course, just doing that, I've already screwed. No, there we go. I got it going. There, see? And then you pull it up, and the roll itself stays in there. I'm one of those. I'm one of those YouTube channels now, where and you'll see like a splash screen of me looking at foil doing this. Amazing house hack of foil. Remember, I already told you guys you have to kill me if I ever do that. Oh. The entire YouTube world did that. Did you guys notice that? It's crazy. My daughter's talking to me. I'll let you know. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, so that's the juggle. Now, in the spirit of the juggle, this is going to be impossible. Now, I don't want to have to ball it up, which is in, I think, the rules of these videos. I've in the past, I've grabbed things and smushed them down like this and juggled them, right? If the item is able to be crushed to make it easier for me. Look at my lighting got better. Look at that. I don't know if it got better, but it's acting as one of those little lighting bounces. There we go. I hope I'm not screwing up my lens, my camera. So yes, I could just wad this up and it would become literally a ball. Simple. I'm going to try to juggle it in the spirit, I think, of how my wife intended. I have no idea how it's going to work. I guess lifting it, dropping it, just takes off. Guys, this is the first one of these I think I've ever done. I'm trying to think. VBT might have an answer for us. I don't recall ever going into one of these juggling challenges this handicapped by the item itself. I'm just stalling a bit here because this is going to be fast once I start. What are you guys going to do today? I'm gonna install a new toilet. Play video games, pack lighter. I'm not going to bring the camera. You guys are right, or the microphone. I'm just going to do next week's beer and songs just here on the iPhone. So let's get this over with. Okay, here's the way this works, guys. I'm going to try to get to 12. I don't know how your camera's working. Throws and catches, throw and it catches. When I throw and I catch, I count on my throws. For example, 1. I don't count on the catch. I say that because it kind of becomes important when I get close to number 12. Whatever object number 12 is, if I go 9, 10, 11, 12, boom. If I catch number 12, I don't care what happens to number 13. I did not invent challenge juggling, guys. Look around the YouTube when you're done with me here. It's everywhere. There's tons of people doing this, and they have their rules. 20 throws. Must catch them all cleanly at the end. I'm not that much of a juggling nerd. Yes, I do it for a living. It's fun. I love it, and I encourage you to learn how to juggle, but I'm not going to take it that damn seriously. When I get to 12, I don't care if it happens at 13, 14, or 15. If I succeed, which today has a whole nother level of humor to it, I often keep going to see how far I'll go until I just fail. 13, 14, 16, it all falls apart. But as long as I get to 12, that's all that matters. I get 2 tries to get to 12. Okay, prediction time, as if I need to say it. This juggling attempt will fail because of a sheet of aluminum foil. I'm going to lower the camera. It's always better to lower it, so I back up into the frame. Here we go, guys. I got a face over here. I'm not wearing my sunglasses today. You can see Lucy walking back and forth. I guess I'm going to throw the foil last, so at least I get a couple throws in. Attempt number 1. Roll of toilet paper. A straw baby. A sheet of aluminum foil. Does it juggle? No, it's not going to. I'm sorry to bury the lead. I'm sorry to ruin the drama of what you're watching. Jump ahead if you're not live and you've seen this video after it already went live, just go to the credits. I don't put credits on my videos, but. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I saw potential for success. I still don't think I'm going to succeed. But what was a 0% chance of success has just risen to 8%. Because of one thing I noticed during the 2 times I threw the foil. That is that I didn't purposely crush it, but it did move through the air in a predictable way. And now I know how it's going to do that. I might throw it first this time. No, I think we're still going to throw it third. Here we go. Attempt number 2. Strawberry, toilet paper, sheet of foil. Does it juggle? Still no, but slightly less no. Slightly less no. 1, 2. How do I drop the damn strawberry? I don't even catch it. You guys know about this by now. You've watched these videos of me enough. You know damn well that you can drop a very simple object to juggle because your brain is distracted by another object in the juggling pattern. So rather than catch cleanly, you're so worried about that you screw it up. Get all the dog hair off it because I promised I'd take a bite of it. And there you go, guys. Every time and then in life, you got, as somebody said earlier in the video, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I was hoping for the best on that juggle, but I was certainly prepared to fail. And I did. But at least I tried, and that's really what mattered, guys. I tried. If I was able to ball up the foil, obviously, that would have been easy as hell. Although, I'll tell you this right now, this is very light. This is lighter than the strawberry. Here, hang on. A little bonus for you guys. How would it have been if I had wadded up the foil? Here we go. This is what would have happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I still didn't get there. The toilet paper, as you saw at the end, kind of grabbed the strawberry. It wrapped itself around the strawberry. So that's kind of funny. I thought I was getting ready to I'll show you how easy it would have been. And although it wasn't the foil's fault, it was the toilet paper's fault. Okay, that's a failure. Anyway, so I'm going to go out the rest of my day. I got the little home chore to do. I'm going to replace a toilet in my house. I'm hoping for the best. I think it's going to go smoothly. I'm prepared if it doesn't. Mentally, I'm not physically prepared. I have no idea. If I get it down underneath if I pull off that old toilet and there's a portal to hell or a tiny colony of little people that are screaming out to me as if I'm their god, I don't know what I'm going to do. If I have to replace the flange, I guess that won't be too hard. And I'll let you guys know the progress on that. All the regular folks here, welcome to the new Patreon people. I'm going to be on the road for like 11 days in a row, 9 days in a row, a long time. I'll try to do as many missives from the road as I can. I'm going to be away from the house and away from my reliable internet connection. My mother has no internet connection, so I'll be doing probably a coffee on this coming Tuesday from her place, just over the cellular network, and we've done that before, so hopefully it'll work out. And that next Wednesday, Beer and Songs, probably will just be here with the iPhone and the little plug-in microphone, because, right, let's make it easy. And I look forward to seeing you at both those things. Thank you for your continued Patreonage. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, almost said Monday. If you've got strawberries at home that might have dog hair on them, wipe the dog hair on first. And you can't juggle a sheet of aluminum foil. I don't care what anybody says. Bye, everybody.